everybody. We are going to skip over the news and updates for this week because we have a lot to cover with the moon energy and big astrological shifts coming this week. So we're just going to jump right into everything. I've also got a rather large oracle message for the collective to do. So we're just going to jump right into this week. So this is a full moon week, and I think that this is going to be a very big one for almost everybody and for us collectively on the planet. I'm going to pull up the chart for the full moon. So this is for March 7th, Tuesday, and this is just a sunrise chart. So the houses and the positioning on here don't really matter at all. What I want you to look at, though, is find in the 3 o'clock position on the right-hand side of the circle, you'll see the crescent moon. So that is the moon, showing the moon in Virgo for our full moon. And if you look in the center of the chart, there are all of these lines like branching up to this pinnacle that is the full moon. So this means that, I've got a long list. This means that the Sun, Mercury, Neptune, Uranus, Venus, Chiron, and Jupiter are all having a relationship with this full moon. So I'm going to get into a little bit more detail about the astrological information this week because I feel like it's just very important for us as a collective to kind of understand that these shifts are happening. And I think that they're happening for the betterment of society. The biggest thing that's happening on the full moon is that Saturn is transitioning into Pisces. And if you look back at your keyword charts, you'll notice that the keywords for Saturn are boundaries, restrictions, and discipline. And Pisces is a water sign. So this means our boundaries and restrictions are going to be made of water. That means we're going to be able to stick our hand through these boundaries. We're going to be able to move and twist and shape ourselves along with these boundaries. Imagine if a wall were made of water. You can stick your hand through it. It's not really a boundary at all unless the water is like moving fast enough, if it's like a very strong and powerful waterfall. So this is going to help us to transition. So Saturn was in Aquarius and it's shifting into Pisces. So Aquarius was opening us up to the idea of, hey, maybe we should move these boundaries a little bit. Maybe we should shift things around. Maybe we should do things differently. And now in Pisces, we are given that movement to move and shape and twist these things. I think that this is going to have a big impact on us as a society, as a planet, a global community. But on an individual level, I think this is going to be even more important than ever to be cleansing and clearing your energetic field regularly, because our walls and our boundaries are not impenetrable anymore. So if you consider yourself an empath and you are not doing daily, regular energetic hygiene, you need to start doing it now, because otherwise you're going to start absorbing people's energies more than usual, and you might not be able, because Pisces is so watery and fluid, you might not be able to differentiate between your energy and others. The boundaries are not going to be as clear and defined with this Pisces energy. So start doing your daily releasing when you get up in the morning. put up your shield and your bubble and protect. When you get home at the end of the day, release what isn't yours. And again, like, cleanse and clear your chakras, your aura, your energy field. Develop some sort of daily regular routine that is going to keep your energetic field clear and 100% yours. So this is the time to start, if you're not already doing some regular everyday energetic practices. So back to just the regular moon energy for right now. A full moon and a new moon are paired together as opposites. So the full moon's sign is always going to be the opposite energy as the new moon sign. In this case, it's Pisces. So this is Pisces and Virgo are on the opposite ends of the wheel of the year. Virgo is right as we're transitioning into fall. Pisces is as we're transitioning right now into spring. So these are total polar opposite energies, and this is where we get to see that demonstration of we need opposites. Opposites attract, opposites balance, and opposites oppose for a reason. That opposition is going to teach us something. And with Virgo and Pisces, this is literally giving us a container to put this water in, because Virgo is going to be that earth element, that like structure that gives something, some sort of form or shape to the water. So this is pulling your dreams out of the ether and bringing them into the physical form. This is planning in your planner, writing your dreams down in a journal. Bring like that simple act of pulling these things out of your brain and putting them onto paper is giving the earth element to something that doesn't have the earth energy in it. So I think this full moon is going to be illuminating for us, pinpointing either like what your dreams are, highlighting and putting a spotlight on, hey, this is the path you need to take. Or it's going to be illuminating the things that are preventing you and stopping you from achieving those things. Again, with the Saturn Pisces border, we're able to see through that wall. What used to be a wall, we can now see through it and see like, oh, this is the obstacle that I've been banging my head up against. And now we can decide, if we're going to like shift or change or adjust or let go of or release these things that have been blocking us, or that were in the past like a blind spot that we just couldn't see, and like, why isn't this working? So this is really going to illuminate a lot of things for the positive, I think. So the sun and the moon, that's the first opposition that we see on this chart here, because the moon, you can see the crescent moon on the right side, and the sun is directly opposite of that. The other thing that you see right below the sun, which is it's a circle with a dot in the middle, which is Neptune. Neptune is also in Pisces. So Virgo, Pisces, that push and pull. But again, like I just said about the sun, this is about taking our dreams and bringing them into the physical form. Neptune and Pisces, though, like has this energy of not wanting to be in the real world, in the tangible world. Pisces wants to be floating around in that subconscious ocean and that dreamy world. So I think that this full moon is going to almost kind of feel like a new moon, in the sense that like you're not going to want to be socializing or going out. I think this is going to be like a very introspective kind of time. And that is also because one of the planets down here that is pointing up at the full moon, or having a relationship with the full moon, is Venus. Venus is in conjunct or quincunxed the moon. And I think this again is going to add like another not wanting to be social. It has this energy. So Venus is in Aries, And so Aries plus Virgo with the moon is kind of like, hey, we need to like get down to business. We need to like get these things done. We need to organize. We got to start something. We got to get things moving. So I think that's just, there's not going to be a social atmosphere with this moon. I think it's just, we want to be focusing on ourself, which is Virgo energy, and Aries, or the Neptune quality, is just like, I want to be in this fantasy land. I don't want to be in reality. So there's going to be like kind of this push and pull tug of war of like, Virgo wants to get things organized, but Pisces wants to dream, and Virgo's going to be like, okay, no, let's like, let's do the dream. Let's live the dream. And Aries is going to be like, yeah, let's start this. Let's do this. And Chiron and Jupiter are also in Aries. And I think the Jupiter in Aries is going to make us need to be cautious about spending money, overspending, overindulging, that fire just burning through your resources. And Chiron is here to help us release the past and release resentment. Chiron is also in Aries. So, oh, and it's, what's the other? There's two more. The one more is Mars is squaring the moon. So Mars is in Gemini, the moon's in Virgo. And I think this is going to be kind of have this energy of like less talking, more working, or this like work play kind of balance. Because squares can be a little bit conflictive, and Gemini versus Virgo, there's not that, like, Gemini wants to play, Virgo wants to get things done. So as long as you get your shit done, like Gemini or Virgo will let us play. Okay, I know that was probably all really confusing, but the biggest thing that we need to focus on at this time is the Uranus is going to be trining the moon and will be trining the moon for the next couple of weeks as well. So Uranus, if you look back at your keyword chart, is the planet of freedom and liberation. So this is where the collective shift, I think, is going to be coming in, is that we've been pushed so far to the point of just like, we're not going to take it anymore kind of energy. So this gives us the freedom to feel our feelings and realize that like we want more and we want better. And the moon being in Virgo, Uranus being in Taurus, these are both earth energies. Taurus wants us to have nice things, but I feel like what the biggest thing is that all of this earth energy is giving us a solid foundation from which to stand on. Like it's like giving us a platform for freedom and liberation is what it feels like. And within the next couple of weeks, and we'll go into that later, I think that as the moon transverses Capricorn later this month, I think again this is going to be solidifying this platform to stand on, this platform that can liberate us, can be the solid foundation of the world that we want to continue to build and grow as a community, as a collective, for the better and highest good of everybody. That's what I'm hoping for. I think it's also going to finally give us this relief and release to truly let go of the old normal, to grieve that lost and to just grieve the past, because we are letting go of a lot of things. We're saying goodbye to a lot of things. But I think now we're finally given the opportunity to see that like it wasn't that good, and it can be better, and it can be more fair for everybody. So I think I think that is what the full moon is going to be illuminating for us. I know that's a lot, and I really want to encourage everybody to look at your AstroSeek charts from the beginning of the year that showed us all the retrogrades and the new and the full moons, and see how this is going to be playing out in your life for you personally. Look at what house this is in. If we can like open up a discussion in our groups if you need help better understanding what all of this means for you. Because I mean, I think it's going to be really significant for everybody. And this is that the Saturn transitioning into Pisces is like this really big shift. So I know that was a lot of information. Let's just jump into the week in general. Tomorrow on Monday, just a few things that I don't want you to forget is that we're having part 2 of our craft and story time. So I hope that you can join us for part 2. Just know that it's going to be a little bit longer than we thought. And then, of course, we have Tarot Tuesday. Unless something crazy happens, we're planning on doing Tarot Tuesday business as usual. Maybe it'll be okay because the moon is going to be full in the morning. So maybe by 8:30 p.m. the energy will have settled down. So again, that's Virgo energy. This is the time to really sit down and get organized. I know it's not close to a new moon or anything like that, but I think anytime the moon is in Virgo is just a good time to get organized at some point in your life, whether that's like cleaning your house, reorganizing the closets, getting rid of clutter, paperwork, taxes, whatever it is that you need to do to get done. Virgo wants to finish it. So I also think looking at your birth chart and figuring out what this means for you this is going to be a good time to do that. So we'll be in that big energy Monday and Tuesday. And then we are only transitioning Wednesday morning for 40 minutes, it looks like, 35 minutes. And then we move into Libra. I think Libra is going to really be a nice, welcoming shift of energy at this time because Libra is it's a breath of fresh air. It's literally a breath of fresh air. It's a nice, cool breeze. It's like that deep breath and a sigh. And whew, that was a lot. I think I love the transition into Libra. I think it's going to be wonderful. So like Libra time of year is just really nice. We're in fall, everything's cool, and the leaves are falling and changing, and it's beautiful. And Libra is ruled by Venus, so this is again bringing focus to the heart, whereas Virgo had us really focused on the lower chakras, the foundation, and Libra kind of just rises up to the heart and like, hey, remember your heart, remember. So Wednesday, Thursday, and most of Friday we're going to be in Libra energy. So this gives us an opportunity to kind of like, if the full moon like shook our scales like this, Libra is going to help us figure out how to like even these scales a little bit. And Friday, 6:36 p.m. Again, another short void of course. We move into Scorpio at 7:06, only 30 minutes later. So that's just a 30-minute transition there. And Scorpio is going to bring us water energy. It's going to hopefully cleanse and clear a lot of the energy from the full moon, but it can also bring that residual gunk to the surface to like, hey, oh, you thought you cleared this away? No, you got to clear this away too. And Scorpio gives us an opportunity to kind of just let go. And Sunday, we're going to have our movie party of Happy Feet. So hopefully this will be a nice, lighthearted, feel-good movie for us to kind of chill out and just kind of step away from the real world for a while. And that is the big energy of this week. Just to recap, we're starting off with like it's good that it's an earth energy that this is happening in. And I think there is a point to that. I think we need this Virgo energy to give us something to root us to the ground as Saturn is moving into Pisces and all this water energy. It's like, you know how when you're standing on the beach and letting the waves like crash on your feet and like it recedes and eventually your feet just kind of like start sinking in to the ocean, and like it kind of, you gotta like lift up a little bit. There's like this suction to like move your foot again. That's kind of what Virgo is giving us, because we're gonna be hit with this wave, but our feet are going to be suctioned to the ground with this Virgo energy, or at least that's what you want to tap into for this time. So make sure that you're rooted and grounded on Monday and Tuesday so that you don't get knocked over. And then Wednesday and Thursday, you can breathe again with that air, focus on your breath, and then cleanse and clear with Scorpio water energy over the weekend. And hopefully we all make it out alive. If you want any clarity on any of this information, please reach out in one of the groups on Facebook or in Discord. Let me know if you need help deciphering your chart. And let's get the oracle message. If you're interested in having this oracle message, it is available in my coffee shop. I'll link that below. This combination of oracle cards just really kind of hits the spot with a clear message that you're needing to hear. So if you're interested in this specific reading, it's in my coffee shop. Just talking about it kind of makes me feel like, oh my gosh, we're about to get on a roller coaster, it feels like. And just when I thought that the roller coaster was empty, the dead end. All right, Archangel Michael is going to come in and hopefully lighten this message a little bit. This one. Let it go. Ooh, Moon Maiden. Very interesting card so far. This one I'm a little scared of, but let's jump into it together. The closed door, the final chapter, and the impasse. Contrary to what its name implies, the dead end is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, "No more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter." It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the one you planned on walking through. Just not the one you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginnings. This card could not be more perfect for this week. Whew. Oh my gosh. And there's like a lot of shifting energy for me just like talking about this. Like I'm feeling the energy come through me and I'm trying to like release it. All right, Michael. Michael says, let it go. This situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace the future. What did I say about the Uranus trining the moon? Grieve what we are releasing, letting go of old patterns. We're grieving the old normal on this full moon. Let it go. Frequently, the activities you humans engage in are focused on seeking freedom. You want to be released from old ideas, expectations, fears, worries, dramas, stories you tell yourself, the past, and, more often than you can imagine, other people. Sometimes what you want is physical freedom, but usually it's emotional, mental, or spiritual freedom that you are asking for. The tricky part is getting people to participate in their own release. You might be shocked by how many souls are afraid deep down of freedom. I can use my sword of light to sever the energetic connections to what makes you unhappy, but your free will gives you the right to not let go. Metaphorically, I can unlock the prison, but if you refuse to leave the cell, then there's nothing I can do. I want you to be free. You may even believe that you are desperate to be free, but there's something you're holding on to. Is it a memory, an idea or story, a person? Ask yourself, if you have given the past power over your happiness in the present because you're afraid you'll never be that happy in the future. If so, it's time to dismiss that false notion. Have courage that you can stand in your power and live in the now. You can ask me to sever the energetic connections that hold you back in a million times, and I will never tire of doing it. I will do it over and over with joy, but we'll both be even more joyful if you make that choice to really, finally, actually let go. Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. The Moon Maiden arrives to offer you a new beginning, a new face and facet of yourself that is aching to be shown to the world. Those qualities that you have been quietly cultivating are ready for the limelight. The secrecy was important, for it protected your new face and kept what was precious close to your heart. But now it is time to come forward in full splendor. Announce the new you to yourself first. Reveal it slowly to the world like the waxing moon. Allow others to be surprised by how mature and grown up this side of you is. Now it's time to set yourself free. The Moon Maiden belongs only to herself, and she is summoning the parts of you that challenge convention, that refuse to be intimidated, and that cannot be tamed or put inside a golden cage. The Moon Maiden invites you to shine with your own light, to have radiant curiosity, and to ask anyone who offers you a mouthful of dogma. Why do you believe this is so? Question everything others assume is a given, and do not collude with the drama around you. Become an unpredictable being, yet an eminently reliable friend. The Moon Maiden invites you to answer only to yourself and reminds you that you are not anyone's property. Be true to your soul's calling, even as some around you in a relationship or a job want to capture your light inside a bottle. You know how to rise to the occasion just as unfailingly as the moon does. When the time comes, you return to darkness and become enshrouded in mystery until you are ready to relearn. I don't think that I can say anything else about these messages. I think they totally clarify and reiterate what I already said about these planetary shifts that are happening right now. I think the best thing for everybody to do is to follow this guidance, to like decide that whether or not you're finally going to let go of something that you've been holding on to, allow it to be a dead end so that you can move forward and be your most authentic self. And I mean, that's what we are saying all the time. That's what we are all telling ourselves. Like, I wanted for the highest good. I want to be the best version of myself. And that's what we're all trying to do. But these fears, this looks like fear to me. This looks like all of those obstacles, that wall and those barriers, and each one of those threads is something preventing you from moving forward and taking off that mask and being the best version of yourself. And this wall is now about to transition to water, and it's not going to have any embrace on you anymore unless you allow it. So step through that wall of water and allow that water to cleanse you. Like, we don't have to be overwhelmed by water energy. And I'm saying this as much to you as I am to myself, because I might do all right Monday through Friday, but then when we get into Scorpio, I might just dive too deep and not be able to come out. So, like, be weary of whether or not you're fighting the water. Like, just if the river gets too turbulent and violent, let go. Like, that's what they say when you get caught in a riptide, is to not fight it, because you're just going to burn yourself out, and that's what's going to make you go under. So if we just release, let go, and trust and have faith that we will just be carried down the river a little bit more, and that point is going to lead us to where we're supposed to be, then that's all we can do. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I mean, this looks scary and this looks hard, and we know it's already been hard. So just be gentle with yourself this week. Take care of yourself. Be strong. Like, look how these cards just go perfectly together. Remember to ask for help from the angels, from your guides when you need it. Michael specifically has the sword of light that severs these cords, that slashes through these things that are holding us back. So good luck to you all. Well, I mean, I'll see you on Monday and Tuesday. We'll see how it goes. We're just going to color on Monday and chill out, and then we're going to do readings on Tuesday. So have a good week.